One final game at Concordia St. Paul and Seafoam Stadium for the Minnesota Vixen this season, and one last chance to go 6-0, an undefeated season for the first time since 2016. And the Minnesota Vixen able to pull out that undefeated season, 51-14 over the Dallas Elite Mustangs. With Kirsten Hansen, I'm Alex Weston. Kirsten, we saw a really entertaining, fast-paced, high-flying offensive game, much like we've seen from Minnesota this year.
Yeah, another great game with a lot of great highlights.
Starting on the highlights, as Minnesota's done every game this year, it was a completion to Sam Barber for the first touchdown of the game, 4 yards out for Barber. Then Train had the fake, then gave it to Erin McIsaac on the left-hand side as she scampers in for the second touchdown of the day. That made it 13-0. Then this time Train would get the handoff to the left side, untouched on her way into the end zone, and Minnesota off and rolling 19-0 after the first quarter. Then on a little slant play, Kaya Segula finds her way into the end zone. We saw that connection a lot tonight. Then again, the handoff to Cooper on the other side of the second half. Cooper to the left side, 21 yards for her first touchdown of the night. Again, she leads all teams in Division I in the WFA as far as individual rushing and touchdowns go. Then McIsaac again over the middle, pass complete to Kaya Segula for her second receiving touchdown of the day. That it continued to extend the lead for Minnesota, but Dallas would find their way into the end zone as well, as a pass looking wide open for Jessica White into secondary coverage as she scampered her way into the end zone for the first touchdown of the day for the Dallas Elite Mustangs. And then in response, Minnesota would take that next drive and they would navigate the ball down the field before Grace Cooper able to find her way into the end zone again for her second touchdown of the day. That gives her 13 on the regular season. Then the depth started to roll for Minnesota. Tashiana Washington-Ware into the end zone to the left-hand side for her first touchdown this season, 23 yards for the score. And then one last possession for the Dallas Elite Mustangs. They capped off a 9-minute drive with a keeper for arguably the best player on the field for Dallas today, Alyssa Weathered, as she rushes the left-hand side to put Minnesota in double-digit points allowed for the first time this season and make it a final 51-14 Minnesota over the Dallas Elite Mustangs.
Yeah, again, a lot to learn from the game for both teams going into the playoffs for next week. Excitement building after an undefeated season for the Vixen on their way, hopefully, to Canton, Ohio for that championship game.
Of course, next week, a matchup with the Arlington Impact and the run-heavy squad that they will have as they will make the flight up from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to face off Minnesota again next week. We'll have it for you here on Townsquare.tv. With Kirsten Hansen, I'm Alex Westhead. We'll see you next weekend as the WFA playoffs begin here on your home for Minnesota Vixen football.